Hello viewers, this is JustFake Network TV, a place where you can get the latest information about Nigeria news and now the news in details. Federal government, governors disagree over lockdown. The federal government is not disposed to the call by state governors for the relaxation of the current lockdown in the country on account of the coronavirus pandemic, news directs gathered last night. The federal authorities, sources said, are much in favor of partial restrictions in 33 of the 36 states with a view of mitigating the effect of the coronavirus lockdown in many parts of the country as against the relaxation being sought by the governors. Governor Willie Obiano of Anambra State and Seyi Makinde have already relaxed the restriction in their states. The Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 with President Muhammadu Buhari relies on principality for advice on the pandemic is not in agreement with the governors that government should soft pedal in the FCT, Lagos, Ogun and Kano State. Buhari, who is billed to address the nation tomorrow, is said to be weighing the options before him. Members of the PTF were locked in a marathon meeting yesterday on the format of the partial restrictions to put in place in 33 states without fueling the spread of the coronavirus. The task force considered the status report on COVID-19 spread in each state of the federation, the input of the Nigerian Governors Forum, NGF, and local and international technical evaluation of the pandemic in the country. A top-level source said, "We are inching towards partial restrictions in some states and the Federal Capital Territory. There is clamor for the partial lifting of the lockdown. This is why the PTF is meeting." The PTF has received many suggestions, but we are being careful not to reverse the gains of the last few weeks in the battle against coronavirus. One of the knotty issues is a recommendation by the NGF that there should be internal free movement, but with restrictions on large gatherings and assemblies nationwide. But the PTF took exception to partial lifting of the lockdown in the FCT, Lagos, Ogun State and Kano State. When contacted, a member of the NGF said the forum was on the same page with the PTF on the input of the governors except for one recommendation. The source said, "I don't think the PTF on COVID-19 have serious objection except with internal free movement, where they believe that we should not relax the lockdown in the epicenter of Lagos, Kano State, FCT and Ogun State. They may be right. We have done our bit by presenting our input. You can contact the chairman of PTF on COVID-19, Mr. Boss Mustafa, for details." The NGF in the Friday letter to the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustafa said, "Please refer to the above subject matter and to our teleconference meeting with the Vice President on Wednesday, 22nd April 2020. Recall, at that meeting it was agreed that the Nigerian Governor Forum articulates the issue that it would want to be included in the next presidential pronouncement on COVID-19 so as to have a uniform and coordinated policy on COVID-19 at both the national and subnational level. Subject to Mr. President's approval, the NGF would want the following incorporated into Mr. President's pronouncement: interstate lockdown including movement of essential supplies, foods, beverages, medical and pharmaceutical, petroleum supplies, and agricultural products. Internal free movement, but with restrictions on large gatherings and assemblies. Overnight curfews, lockdown of flights, and compulsory use of face masks covering in the public. Another top source said last night that the NGF's letter was inexplicit on what qualified as internal movement. The source said, "We may end up with tough adversaries on partial restrictions, we cannot allow the governors to reopen schools. There will be no wedding, funeral outing, churches and mosques cannot operate, and we will only allow access to market in the neighboring hood. Don't forget that the federal government and the PTF only locked down the FCT, Lagos and Ogun State. We did not lock down the remaining 34 states, but we cannot close our eyes when coronavirus infection gets out of control in any state. This is why we believe the governors must be cautious in putting in place partial restrictions. We should avoid creating a situation where the pandemic will get out of control in any state. For instance, Governor Willie Obiano of Anambra State did not consult with the PTF or Nigeria Center for Disease Control before directing that churches should resume normal activities. No technical or empirical basis for this decision. Thus, the states have the wherewithal to manage the consequences of exposing its citizens to coronavirus spread. Responding to a question, the source added, the PTF members will still meet on Sunday. We may come up with tougher adversaries if there will be internal movement in any state as part of the conditions of partial restrictions. So guys, what is your own take about this? What do you think about the decision of the governors right now? As we can see now that the governors, they are trying to disagree with the lockdown. People are getting tired of this lockdown. Trust me, whether we like it or not. It is not an easy joke. I'm telling you, to be on a total lockdown, no provision, nothing, and we all know that the greatest thing that kills faster is hungry virus. Trust me, whether we like it or not. It is hungry virus. And the thing is that to continue locking down Nigeria without testing, Nigeria is a waste of time and resources. They need to put the testing as major important thing. I'm telling you the truth. And I think that the leaders, the governors, they have to sit together and make a reasonable decision. Because they said people should stay at home. No food, no money. And the people they asked to stay at home, they go from house to house looking for food to eat. In the process, if these individuals that are moving from houses to houses, looking for food and money, what if they have virus? My question is that will the virus not spread faster through this means? I think that they should open the economy and put some strict safety measures in places that will prevent the spread, like compulsory nose mask in public and steady hand washing. I think with these, the pressure of keeping people at home will reduce. Obviously, it will definitely reduce because people cannot just keep staying at home without the government making a drastic step about it. They need to provide some necessary equipment for people so that it will be easy for them to stay at home. And that is my own opinion about that. As we can see right now, the governors, they have started having another thinking, another rethinking about this lockdown, because it is not a joke. It is not a joke to be on a total lockdown. And President Buhari, he ought to know that the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, which is vested with the responsibility to notify Mr. President on the situation report, is not sincere on its casualty figures. Trust me, because when you sit down and look at the way they are inflating this number, you feel like, how come? How is the number like this? This is to tell you that they have ulterior motives with a view to misinforming both president and Nigerians. I'm telling you the truth, because it brings like as if there is more to it, as if our Nigerian government are using this means to get money. And that's what I can say about it. People are tired of this lockdown, whether we like it or not. And the most unfortunate part of it is that more people are getting infected daily. And state governors are selfishly asking that the lockdown be relaxed. May God help us. May God help us in the country. A lot of people are confused right now. We don't know what is going on, and we don't know the next step that our president will take. Obviously, this lockdown will end tomorrow. Let's see what will happen. Let's see what they're going to do about it. So, guys, what do you think? What is your own take? Your comment is highly appreciated, and kindly drop your comment at the comment section below. For those who subscribe, I want to say a very big thank you to you for subscribing. We'll say God bless you. And if you're yet to do so, please kindly press the subscription button. And also, please don't forget to press the notification button so that whenever we upload news, you will be the first person to watch our latest news. God bless you once again, and always keep safe.